Hi, everybody. We are going to talk in 1 minute with Gigi Hays, Gigina Tennis in Instagram. She's a great tennis player, junior player for France, and as well, I think, for Great Britain, for United Kingdom. We will ask her that. She is 13 years old. She's an influencer. She has 28,000 followers in Instagram. So let's get the connection and let's talk with her.
Hi.
Hi, Gigi. How are you?
Hi.
Everything okay?
You?
Yes, very good, very good. Here we are. I live in Spain, and here it's good weather always. Always the sun is shining, so everything okay. You're living in France right now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can you hear me, Gigi? Okay.
I can hear you.
I first. Sorry?
I can hear you. Oh no, never mind. No, it's good now. It's good.
It's good now. Okay. Okay. I would like to ask you first. You were born in New Zealand, right?
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
Yes, and at what age did you have when you left there?
I was 2. Yeah, I was 2.
Just 2 years old. So you don't remember nothing about that. No. And you ever visit that your country of your birth country?
No, I haven't.
Or
I would like to though.
It's a pity. It's really far. your parents are British from the United Kingdom. You were born in New Zealand. You live in France. You're a kind of international girl, aren't you? Right. So I've seen that you play tournaments. You play tennis tournaments for France and other ones. I see that people consider you are British. So really, from what country are you?
Well, so I play in international tournaments. I play for Great Britain, but when I can play, I can also play like national and local tournaments. So technically, I play for France. But soon I'll have French nationality, so I can play for whatever country I want, France or Great Britain.
I guess you have 3 nationalities, isn't it? The French one, the English one, and the New Zealand one.
Well,
is that so?
Technically, I only have a British nationality. Because the year before I was born, like up until the year before I was born, if you were born in New Zealand, you automatically had the New Zealand citizenship. So I don't have that though. I was a year late, so yeah. And in France, we are applying to get the French citizenship now, so soon.
Okay. All right. You started to play tennis a bit of late, right? I read you started to play tennis at 9 years.
Yeah, when I was 9.
So you're just playing 4 years tennis. That's just a bit for a level you achieve.
Yeah.
Right. So
yeah,
and then I
everybody says that I started really late and stuff. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Really, I have a doubt. I'm going to ask you because I don't know. I really don't know. Because what is your name? Your name is in Instagram. It is Gigina. Then a lot of people call you Gigi. But maybe it's Georgina.
So my real name, like on my passport and stuff, is actually Georgina.
Georgina.
Yeah, Georgina. But when I was young, and my sister's only 1.5 years older than me, so when we were young, she wasn't able to say Georgina, so she would say Gigi. And since then, I've been called Gigi. And one of my older sisters, she came up with just the nickname of Gigina, and that's just the first time I ever used it was on my Instagram. So I guess since then, lots of people call me Gigina.
Okay. But okay, that's clear. I didn't know it. I would like to know what was really your name, because I didn't understand it. I read so much things about you, and so I wanted to know that first. I read you train tennis 5-6 hours every day.
Almost every day, like 5 or 6 days a week. Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot of hours of playing tennis. I guess you like a lot playing tennis.
Yeah, I really do. But most of the time, well, no, every day I do 3 hours of tennis and then 2 hours of fitness. Sometimes I do more,
Yes.
sometimes I do more tennis. So, yeah.
Okay. And so the 5-6 hours a day training. How much time do you spend in just tennis with the racket in your hand and really playing tennis? Other things are the physical part.
So usually I would spend about before it's hard to explain, before lockdown and quarantine and COVID and stuff, I would do 3 hours of tennis a day, especially because it was winter and we didn't have much time on the court because other people wanted to play. So I do 3 hours of actual tennis, and then I do 4 hours of just fitness. Yeah, and then but now we're changing it a lot, and I do about 4 or 3.5 to 4 hours of tennis per day. But tennis, there's still I do fitness while playing in a way, and then I do an hour or an hour and a half fitness.
Okay, that's good. I read some messages here in the display, and there are people who are saying that we all should watch your physical training videos because they're great. I've seen them, and I can only say that's right.
Thank you.
But also your tennis, of course, but especially the physical part, I like it much. I like it a lot to watch. Talking about your tennis, what is your style? What's your playing style when you play matches? How do you like to play?
Well, I like to attack and win points and just go for every shot. But I used to make a lot way too many faults doing that. So for the past 6 months, maybe a year, we've been working a lot on more topspin and constructing the points better. So now I still like to attack and win the points, but I am more patient now, and I know how to defend.
That's good. I like that. That's very smart. It's not really I don't hear that much of a girl of your age because it's very intelligent. I think you learned that over the years. I was playing tennis like you, lots of hours training when I was your age. And to me, the same thing happened. I like to attack and play 1-2 tennis, like we say. No, a serve and the winner, or the fault, like you say. But the great quantity of faults has to consider the playing style and play more topspin, play deep, and construct again. But the real thing, the most important thing, is that you don't change your style that you want to play. See, if you want to play to attack your rival, your opponent, you should, but with pitch it. I think you were good with your response. You played this year the La Petite As.
Yes, I did.
La Petite As. I don't know if I pronounced that good because my French isn't that well.
Well, you can just
La Petite As.
You can just say Tab, because it's the name of the town. So
okay, so it's a very complicated tournament because first there's the national qualification, then the international qualification, and then there's just a few who can really play the final tournament, right? I think I read that the national qualifications, you won all your matches in 2 sets, right?
Yeah. Well, basically,
and then
so there was a tournament. There were I think 60 or 40. No, there were 40 tournaments in France. Where tournament you got to place in the national pre-qualification. So I won that tournament by winning 3 matches. So then,
Yes.
then I did the national qualification at Tab or the Petits As, and I
Yes.
all 3 of my matches in 2 sets, as I said, and then I was in the international qualifications, which I lost in the first round.
Where were that tournament? Where was it held? The international qualification.
The international qualification, it was at the same place as the main draw.
At the same place. Okay. Okay.
So,
Le Petit As is one of the most important international junior tournaments. Yet the winners in the past are the greatest players of the moment, like Rafa Nadal, Djokovic, all the biggest players passed for that tournament. Talking about your tennis, what is your favorite shot? I think I know it, but I will tell you later. What's your favorite shot?
So my favorite shot to hit, I mean, I think my forehand, I go for more risks on my forehand and I try to attack more. But so I make more faults. But on my backhand is just very consistent, and I never really worry about my backhand technique. So, and then serving and volley and stuff. I enjoy serving and volley, but I think my favorite shot to hit is probably my backhand.
Your forehand is really good. You play a lot of winners. I can see you're very confident with your forehand, but your backhand is technically very, very good. I love it. It's really smooth. It's really natural. It's a fantastic hit. I think you do it very well cross court, but especially down the line. The down the line backhand is very difficult if it comes cross court. No, say I don't know if you understand me. If the ball comes cross court and you have to hit it down the line, that's difficult. Not everybody can hit that shot 5 times to the same place. But I've seen doing that in your videos, and I liked it. To me, your favorite shot, your best shot is the backhand. That's my opinion.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. If we are talking about the future, because you're still very, very young, what do you want to achieve with tennis? What's your goal? What are your dreams in tennis?
So my goal would be to just be the best, be number 1. But I feel like one thing that I really want to do is win a calendar Grand Slam, all 4 Grand Slams in 1 year, because nobody has done that yet in the women's. So yeah, I'd really like to be able to achieve that.
You are very ambitious.
Thank you.
Right now, you are with the best players of France, at least, and you're competing good in Europe. But there is one thing that I like most of all your details about tennis, and that is the ambition you have, the desire to play tennis, the desire to run, to work hard, to give all you have. I haven't seen that a lot. Your attitude is really special. So I see you train every day in Instagram, and it's very clearly that you love to play tennis. You love to work hard. You don't want to be gifted the ball. You want to work for it, work for the points. That's really special. And you have a website on your gigihays.com. And the first thing I read is that there is I don't know who is Fifi Chadou, but Fifi Chadou said, I read textually, I have almost never seen a girl of 12 years old, now you're 13, with a mental game and attitude like her. She is very, very rare and about that. And I agree with that. But because a lot of young players love to play tennis and work hard and train hard and have the desire to win. But in your case, it's more. It's even more. That's really special.
Thank you.
Is that right? What I say?
Yeah, I understand. Yeah. Well, thank you. Yeah, that's very nice. Fifi Shadow, he's actually my coaches. He used to be my coaches.
Is your coach. Okay.
Coach. So he wasn't one of my coaches, but he was my coach's coach when he was young.
Okay. Yes, all right. What's the name of your coach right now? The left-hander?
Aurélien.
Because I don't...
Aurélien.
Okay. Okay. If you play so many hours a day tennis, I know you are at school and you are disciplined at school, because the other day you said you had to study and you couldn't talk. You had to study. You remember? So how do you manage playing so much tennis and then make your study with a good in a good way? Is that possible?
So at the beginning of the year, I still do like lots of schoolwork and stuff, but I'm obviously like less stressed about like finishing the year and stuff because I have so much time. But I've now been homeschooled for 2 years. So, so for example, this year I have about 3 or 4 days to finish my school year. So yeah, so I still have quite a lot to finish. So at the moment, I'm literally going to tennis, coming back, doing schoolwork while I eat lunch, and then going back to fitness or tennis, then coming back and then doing more schoolwork until I go to bed. So yeah, the last few weeks of the school year are always very, very intense, and there's a lot of schoolwork. Yeah.
Do you like school? Is it a good combination with the tennis? Do you like it?
Well, I've never really liked school. I never really liked going to school. Apart from like seeing friends and stuff, I don't really like enjoy learning that much stuff. Apart from history, I like history. But
it's necessary. It's necessary. I won't say to you it's very important and it's necessary, because that's your parents will do that. I won't, but it is, and I think it's a good combination to study, to be quiet, to be sitting down on a chair and learn things, and the other part of the day run and play tennis. I think the combination is very good. I like it.
Thank you.
Right?
Yeah. Well, I love tennis and stuff, obviously, but I feel like being homeschooled is obviously like the best option if you want to be a professional tennis player. But yeah, sometimes you just have to find the right balance in between like doing schoolwork and tennis. And
that's it.
Yeah.
You are very talented in tennis, and with a bit of luck, you can achieve big things in tennis. But also exists the possibility that won't happen. And so if you study, you always have a second choice, a second thing to follow in the rest of your life when you grow up. That's why I think the study thing is more important than much people think.
Yeah, it's really important.
Okay. Next to the tennis thing, that is something special in your life, we can say you are an influencer in the digital world. You have an Instagram account, a young account. I think it exists 4 years. You have 28,000 followers. That's a lot of people who every day see your videos, your pics, and comment things and be nice to you. And how do you manage that? Do you like that? It's an important part of your life.
So yeah, I mean, I started my Instagram like three or 4 years ago, just kind of like for fun, I guess, and just I like to post a few videos. And so I guess I just gained like one follower, and they shared a video, and then they shared a video, and then I just got more and more followers. And at the beginning, I remember it was kind of just like surprising that like so many people were like just like following me and like saying that like I was like a really good tennis player and stuff. And but now my mom does all my filming for me, and she also manages my accounts. Yeah, but so yeah, no, it's really nice, and it's really nice to see how many people like support me and stuff like that. But the only hard thing is that per day I probably get around like 100 DMs and like messages and stuff, and it's really hard to just like reply to them and like.
I understand that. Yes, of course. That's understandable, of course. Who are your favorite tennis players? Who are the players that inspire you, that you follow, especially in boys and in girls?
So my favorite men's tennis players, Djokovic has never been like my favorite tennis player, but I still like respect him as a tennis player because he's really good and he's worked really hard. But Federer and Nadal are probably my two favorites. And then I also like Zverev. Yeah, Alexander Zverev. And then women's, I watch mostly women's and stuff like on TV because, well, I'm a girl, so I mean, I guess I'm just more watching if I watch women's because I just enjoy watching women's more. So I just have lots and lots of favorite players in women. So my favorite players are probably Serena. I like Amanda Anisimova and Donna Vekic and Belinda Bencic, and I loved Sharapova, but she just stopped, so that's sad. Yeah, so favorite players of like all time, I guess, probably Sharapova, Serena, and Anisimova.
I think your tennis is a bit like Sharapova. The style of playing is very very close to yours, or that's what I think. Maybe it's just a thing that I thought right now, and I think it's that way.
Yeah.
Before matches, if the match is a bit important, you are nervous.
Sometimes I can get nervous. For example, when I was playing at Les Petits As in Tarbes, I remember especially right before my last match of the national qualifications, plus like in those courts, it was like heated because it was in January. It was heated to like 35 degrees. I don't know why it was so hot. And I was just really like nervous and stuff to play because I really just wanted to win that match to get into the next round and stuff like that. So yeah, I was quite nervous for that match. But then as soon as like, even in the warm-up, I can still be nervous sometimes. But as soon as I start the match, most of the time, what helps me like get the nerves out kind of and just like relax and play really well, most of the time. I just like to focus on like breathing and just like focus on just like myself sometimes, just like not like technique or like tactics or anything, just focus on what I think like would help me, like breathing and yeah, just concentrating and stuff like that.
And if there's a big point in a match, for example, a break point or a match point, you get nervous, or you play a bit more easy, not that straight.
Yeah.
You change your game a bit.
So I feel like I used to get really nervous and like not like nervous, but like I wouldn't like realize it. But I would always try to overplay and just hit like quite like hard and like just like force my shots because I really wanted to win the point. And I used to do that like quite a lot, but just like without realizing it. So my coach and like my mom and people who watch me would like telling me that I did that. So yeah, I feel like I was able to, especially like this winter, I was able to like focus on like the point that I'm playing and not think like ahead any points and not think, okay, if I win this point, it'll be it. So yeah.
Okay. You play a lot of tennis. You have to study. Do you have time for any other hobby? Anything you like to do which is not tennis?
So I actually do, yeah, especially in summer because there are just lots more things to do. I love to go on like bike rides and picnics with my family. We do that like a lot. We just like bring like a picnic basket and we just go bike riding into like a field and then we just picnic there, I guess. And like in winter, we always like to go and walk around like Christmas markets and just like, yeah, I always like once a week in like summer, I always like go to like a market with most of the time my mom. And I don't know, it's just something that I really enjoy doing just because it's just really fun, I guess. And I just, yeah, my neighbor's also like my best friend, so he comes over almost like every day.
That's nice. Yeah. That's really nice, really nice. And I think it's important to have something else that is not tennis, because in every career of a tennis player, there are moments of, you can have a moment and think, it's too much for me now. It's too much for me now. That's normal. Then it lasts a month or two or three, and then it changes all again to positive, and you want to win another. The same thing happened to Djokovic 2-3 years ago. He was was playing badly, and then he recovered, and again he said that he was playing bad because all tennis every day, 24 hours tennis. Sometimes it's too much, no? And so it's a good thing to have another thing you like. And the family is a very good alternative of that, of course. You've won a lot of matches, of course. You win a lot of matches. Which one was the biggest triumph, the biggest win you have until now?
So probably my favorite win was probably one last summer in Luxembourg. It was a Tennis Europe, and I got to the semi-finals. And so it was probably my second round match. I was down like 5-1 in the first set, and I came back to win the first set 7-5, and then I won 6-3 in second. So I'm really happy about that match because I'm just like proud of myself for like pulling it back, especially like in a Tennis Europe. But then the match that one of my like most well fought matches, I guess. I don't know. I have like. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I guess most of my matches, like, no. I've had quite.
It's okay, Gigi. Don't worry. You were talking about Luxembourg. Luxembourg is a very important tournament because it's of the Tennis Europe Junior Tour, and they gave you a wild card, no? And you made it to semifinals.
Yeah.
First, you won in quarterfinals to the fourth seed, and then you lost closely to the number 2 seed in semifinals. That was a fantastic tournament for you.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, it really was. I also got to the semifinals of doubles, and usually my doubles like isn't really my strong point, but like me and my doubles partner, we just have like a very like complementing game, so we were able to really just like play really well on our doubles. So yeah, that was good. And also in singles and stuff, my singles I'm also very happy with my singles because I feel like I played really well, especially on clay. And usually I'm not so good on clay, but I'm just happy that I played that well on clay.
Okay. I've seen a thing in your videos that I think, maybe I'm wrong, but I think if you fail a forehand, a backhand, you lose a match. You don't play well at a certain match. That you don't get mad. You're not getting angry. You're always smiling. You're always positive. And if I lose the next game, I will be more motivated and I'll try to win. Could you describe yourself as a person in just a few words? It's very difficult. I know that.
Well, I did. Overall, I feel like I'm quite like a positive person. Like I always try to think like the best in things and see the positive side. But like on the court, like sometimes I do get mad. But it's not like a mad, like a negative mad. It's not like I'm so bad. It's more like okay, come on, like pull yourself together. You're not playing very well, so you need to do something about it.
Great, that's amazing. That's very good. Last year you visited Roland Garros in Paris. Which players did you see? You remember?
Well, when we got there, it was almost like raining, I think, and we went first to centre court, and there was Ashley Barty playing against Sophia Kenin. So we saw like just a few games of that one because it was almost over. So we saw that one. We also saw, I think we saw catching up against, who was he playing? I think he might have been playing a French player. We watched him. We also watched Anisimova play. She was playing against Spanish girl, and I can't wait. We also saw Barty and Azarenka playing in doubles. Azarenka's also like players, so yeah, that was really cool. And we also watched quite a lot of juniors as well because my coach wanted me to look at the juniors, so we watched quite a few juniors.
Was it a good experience? You liked it?
Oh, it was really, really, really fun. Yeah.
Okay. Do you see yourself in the future playing over there?
Yeah. I'm not.
Yes, right.
I'm not trying to be like overconfident. I'm just trying to be like positive. So yeah, I would.
Great, that's good. Okay. Last year, you were a cover of a tennis magazine, of junior players. It was a nice pic. It was a nice picture. You were playing a backhand and on the cover of that magazine. Was that a special moment for you? Do you like all that that stuff besides playing tennis? All that stuff like Instagram, the magazine, an interviewer here, an interviewer there. Do you like all that stuff?
I especially like interviews and like stuff like that. But sometimes it can be like a bit like too much. But I guess but then when I feel like okay, like it is like kind of a lot and stuff, and I'm only 13. But sometimes I also think, well, if I want to be a professional tennis player, I have to get used to this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. The more you improve, more of that stuff you will have to handle. If you want, of course, because it's always if you want to. At the beginning of this year in January, you broke your wrist, right, of your left hand.
Yeah, no, that was January last year.
January last year, of course, yes. It was the non-dominating hand, wrist, but you play your backhand with two hands, so that hand is necessary.
Yeah. Well,
so how did you manage that?
So yeah, I broke it ice skating, and it didn't like hurt that much for some reason.